Just a big turn to the top. There you go. Feel that? That's more on the shoulder plane right there. Do you feel that? He just had such a tremendous bow throughout his swing, and it would actually, believe it or not, keep the face just so far open with the driver, especially because it was so far behind him. So we Good setup. Much better looking setup. It's a lot sharper.
A little bit.
Looks like your feet are just a hair closed, but everything else is square. That comes back good, up the forearm. Only thing I mentioned to you after you made the first swing was just don't have the hands move out and then the raising it up. Just feel like the left arm's more connected to your body and the shoulders turning the hands in the direction they need to. If you watch perfectly, perfect hand path, the hands down the line, right through the right bicep and not above the shoulder up in here, right?
Okay.
Right here. It's like just... Ideally. We'll show the viewer what we're talking about when we say pick it up. His hands are going pretty good in the beginning, straight up, but then they're going straight up. We want them to always travel just under that shoulder plane, on the shoulder plane. So here's the shoulder plane here. Hand shouldn't bump this. Make a big turn to the top. There you go. Feel that? That's more on the shoulder plane right there. Do you feel that? Oh, way better. I'll move this. Do you see how you got it tangled on the other side of it?
Yeah.
That was, believe it or not, like I had it like just on the top of your shoulder plane.
Really?
So that's just that little lift at the top of the swing right there. That's right here. Right from here, you just going this way versus just turning.
Okay.
Just a little bit. I mean, that's all it is. Just controlling the arm swing. The simple things, too, that can help the hands stay moving with the body and in the direction of the body and have that arm, left arm, not above your shoulder plane at the top would simply just be getting a glove underneath your left arm or having a glove underneath the top of the right there. Hybrid head cover, it like fits like right here.
Okay. Is this supposed to stay under even through the follow through?
No, it doesn't have to at all.
Okay.
Should actually get rid of it in the follow through. So
that's one thing that I never was really told until you told me, was like my hands weren't in front of my body. Mm-hmm. And is that, I mean, my hips always have fired super fast. Is that kind of where the arms will get behind the hips, as opposed to when you're saying the hands in front of the body and then they...
Absolutely. With how fast your hips fire, we don't want your hands to be above the shoulders when your body starts turning. We want them to be right there with your body and moving with your body's center.
Yeah, I can feel what you're talking about when you talk about keeping the arms in front of the body. Mm-hmm. Just like, because when I was looking at the other video, it's almost like the hands and the lower body were on like two different planes.
Absolutely.
And the only way I could time it up is if I perfectly timed it, like when they met at the same time. Because this was going this way and these were going out. Yeah. And especially with the bow. And getting behind, it was just like...
Yeah, what he's saying is his hips are turning this way hard, his arms are going this way, they're on two separate planes. This is just boom, boom. Your body's turn is moving your hands in the direction they need to. This is the inside horse, the hips. This is the outside horse, hands, arms, and club. You want them to all arrive together to the top and arrive at the bottom. Now, think about it. This guy right here has a lot less distance to travel.
Yeah.
So if he just starts going first, the arms are right here, and you're just, you're trying to, it's just the rest of the swing becomes the trying to sync it up. Just what does that feel like to you?
To me, it almost feels like they're moving at the same pace. So as opposed to my hips going way out and then my arms just keep going, like it's almost like the hands, like when I go back, it's not necessarily like my hands are bending this way. Mm-hmm. They're like staying out in front of my upper body, so that when I go like this, it's still in front of my body, as opposed to it going like this, and it'll be like that.
And you're saying a lot of that's dictated just the rhythm and making sure that it's just all moving at the same pace. Jeez. The biggest thing is like what he just talked about keeping the hands in front of the body. in his version of that, which is very similar to how I explain it, right? The ability to turn it at all points, have your arms and hands in front of you. And really how we got there today, through setup, and just really a couple simple thoughts. That's relevant to everyone.
And it's not like I'm focusing on it, but the result should be the arms and the lower body more on the same plane.
Absolutely. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Does it feel
Like it feels a lot simpler.
a lot simpler, right? Like less moving parts.
I still feel like my hand
Tell me.
rotation is doing something
At impact?
like it doesn't feel super like the contact feels more flush, like it's not off the heel.
Good.
But it almost feels like I'm like handcuffed. I'm gonna try one where I try to keep it cupped and just see.
That's beautiful, dude.
That was better.
Way better. So, it's so funny how if the viewer heard this without knowing why it would be kind of like, wow, what the heck are they talking about? Mason's talking about being cupped throughout his golf swing on the way down. And the reason being is because he'll get here and it just goes vroom. He's had such a tremendous bow throughout his swing, and it would actually, believe it or not, keep the face just so far open with the driver, especially because it was so far behind him. So we really worked hard on just making it flatter. And that's why he's talking about, he actually was one of those players, like I have a few of them, that need to feel actually cupped. The funny thing is the look that everybody
It's trying to get.
is trying to get, but this guy just has a tremendous amount of, watch, I'll do one in slow-mo. We'll show our viewer what this guy looks like at impact. Watch this. Here's that look that the viewer is going to be like, oh wow, look at those wrists.
It's like neutral.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's trying to feel like super cupped.
That's him trying to feel super cupped. That's beautiful, dude.
That was better.
Way better. Oh, dude. Right in the square in the windshield. Dude, we were both
I was looking at it. I was like, don't hit him.
He just took it on the face.
That was probably a little scary.
I bet that was scary.
It woke him up though.
He definitely jumped. And the worst part is there's like one person on the range right now. Like there's just nobody out here, so they know exactly where that ball came from.